What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a Heart's Desire reading for the sign of Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius, you guys are first during week 3 lineup. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal, so take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle for you guys. Feel like a little bit of energy shift, if you will, um, for the Sagittarius collective. Remember, you guys, these are primarily, these readings are for sun signs or rising, if you will. So you do have to kind of worry about sharing your energy with others who may have your sign in their birth chart. Okay. So you do have to share that energy. So that's why I always say take what resonates and pass the rest. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and cut by threes so we can get into your reading. And y'all know how this goes. We'll take one from the top, one from the middle, and one energetically. Well, one from the top, one from the bottom, and one energetically from the middle. Okay. So the top card is in reference to your present energy. Bottom card is in reference to your past energy. And then the one energetically from the middle is going to be in regards to your future energy. Okay. And then we'll look at the bottom of the deck to see what the overall outcome is for the first spread, okay? Before we do clarifying, all right? So let's see what's going on with you guys, Sagittarius. We have the Five of Swords for your present energy. We then have the Hermit, okay, which before I started the reading, I did see the Hermit card while I was shuffling, okay? So that's for your past energy, okay? And then we have the Three of Wands, okay, for future energy, which is good, okay? So it kind of feels like you may be going through like kind of like a up and downhill battle, if you will. Kind of flighty is one of the words that I kind of heard while sitting in your energy, Sagittarius. So let's start with this present energy of the Five of Swords, okay? Four swords laying down and then one standing on its own. Consider yourself the one standing, okay? The usual regular writer's weight has, people walking away with swords on the ground as one person is holding two, okay? And it's talking about defeat, okay? Possibly you have overcome a battle of some sort, okay? And maybe you are the last one standing, okay? The strongest of them all standing, okay? With whatever this obstacle possibly is, okay? But you are showing or exuding a lot of strength at this point, okay? Different from the Five of Wands, because Five of Wands shows people actually arguing and having disagreements, okay? Whereas possibly you could have had that, for me to mention it, maybe you had that going on and you had, pretty much all the facts and defeated all the other, arguments being made by others, okay? So let's move on to past energy, which is this Hermit, okay? So woman kind of in this room, there's no reflection ahead, but it looks like a window, but there's nothing to be seen, okay? Usually with the Hermit, which is Virgo energy, is talking about pretty much some form of isolation, okay? This is what I get out of this card. The regular writer's weight shows a Hermit as a man in a cloak with a lantern looking to shine light on it. But the Hermit is usually someone who is a loner, okay? And in past energy, maybe you were that type of person where you were kind of like a lone wolf, if you will. And maybe sometimes you prefer that, okay? Because dealing with different personalities, energies for that matter, sometimes don't click with yours because it's like you don't really fit in with everyone's social norms, okay? And so I feel as though isolation does not really bother you. Maybe sometimes it does because you are hoping that there's people out there or someone that can kind of match your thoughts or your ideals in a way, where it's like you create this own personal soul tribe, but for right now you are a tribe of one, okay? Or in the past you were a tribe of one, okay? But a lot of like I said, a lot of isolation. Again, it could have been for a reason to prepare for something pretty big or pretty major that you really didn't want anyone's input on, because you know what you want and how you want it done, okay? And that was, this is in your past energy, okay? So as we talk about that, we get into this Three of Wands, okay? Three of Wands is talking about rebuilding. As you see, these three wands are sitting in water here, and there's like a ball bouncing from one wand to the next, okay? And so Three of Wands is usually talking about creating some type of formation or structure. It's not at 4 and it's not at 2, okay? Each one has a different point of view to it, okay? So with Two of Wands is usually talking about, you know, figuring out where you want to go, embarking on a journey. One wand is usually talking about just beginning and starting over, okay? With a page, when it's like the Page of Wands, okay? This is a Three of Wands where it's no longer about working alone, it's possibly rebuilding something, okay? Now, so does the Pentacles, where it's more about value, but with these wands, it's about physical action, okay? With Three of Wands. And so you're now progressing into actually putting some things in motion with future energy of this Three of Wands, okay? Almost think of like structuring a house, if you will, okay? One wand is still needed and missing, but you've got the ball, as pun intended, rolling, if you will, okay? So let's see what the outcome, overall outcome is for this main spread is Justice, okay? Justice, Libra energy with the scales involved, all right? So whatever it is that you have going on, Sagittarius, it could deal with legalities. It could be with making final decisions, if you will, okay, with this Justice card coming out. So again, defeating, again, some form of an obstacle, okay, which we did kind of discuss in your dream catcher read. So if you have not seen that yet, maybe go and look at that. And coincide it with this Heart's Desire reading, okay? And then, of course, some form of isolation, and then getting into rebuilding in the future energy, okay? And then coming down to Justice prevailing as far as, like I said, final decisions, or evening, or as they say, balancing the scales, okay? So let's get into clarifiers here, see if it gives us any more additional information for your reading. So we have one from the top for the Five of Swords, one from the bottom for the Hermit, and then one energetically from the middle. And I think I'm going to go here with it for the Three of Wands. And then we'll look at the bottom of the deck for the Justice card clarifier. Okay, so let's see what we have. We have the Queen of Materials, always coming up. And then Awakening for the Hermit. Okay, and then we have Knight of Inspiration. Okay, which is the Knight of Wands for the Three of Wands. Okay. So again, like I said, this Queen of Materials has been quite popular since last year's readings, okay? So it's nice to see her showing up again in 2023 reads, okay? Being paired up with this Five of Swords, okay? So possibly defending in a way with your words, like I said, factual, not with action, but with words, because swords is air energy, okay? Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, okay? You could be dealing with one of those signs or have that in your chart. It's just an honorable mention, okay? With this Queen of Materials, which is earth energy, okay? And so it could be either a feminine energy of some sort that is trying to, stake claim to finances in a way using her words, okay? So make sure you have your own facts involved, okay? And in doing so, for the flip side of things, having your own facts and receipts will possibly defeat this person, okay? So that is what I see as far as your present energy, okay? It could be someone who is trying to still coerce, or you are trying to defeat this person in more ways than one from getting underneath your skin or in your pockets, okay, Sagittarius? Next, let's get into this past energy, okay, of the Hermit and the Awakening, okay? Awakening, I automatically hear, 1010. You may be seeing that a lot wherever you are, okay? It could be in a receipt from a store. It could be the time on a clock. It could show up in just random signs, okay? Or just the number 10, period, okay? 10 equaling out to 1, talking about using your intuition, okay? And as you can see in this Awakening card, she's kind of got her hand placed right at the base of the neck, okay? In speaking a lot, okay? You may use your voice a lot, Sagittarius. And again, with this, paired with this Hermit, a lot of isolation. And in the past, you did a lot of isolation where it allowed you to think a lot, okay? And kind of be in your thoughts in a sense of observing things, seeing things that may have brought you to this present energy, okay? And so that's what I'm feeling. It could be also a sense of maybe wondering if, and you may do this even now, so, of really taking time to yourself. If it's in regards to relationships in general, just primarily, it could be a sense of, jumping into a new relationship too quickly after another relationship, okay? That could have been part of your awakening, okay? Because I will say, with these two laying on the table, on here on the spread, they're both kind of looking in the same direction. They're both looking to the right. This one looking up towards this 3 of Wands, and I do feel as though you want to, you're ready to restart anew, okay? Throw away what's happened in the past. You're over it, and this time around, maybe it's about, really focusing on yourself and not jumping into anything too quickly, okay? Thus, us getting into this future, okay? Now, it could just be in reference to, your career-wise, things of that nature, but I do feel as though a relationship, not me per se feeling it, but it feels like for you, Sagittarius, for some of you, not all of you, that you may feel like a relationship is only a hindrance because of the things that you have going on around you, maybe professionally, where you don't have time for, cattiness, if you will, okay? So let's get into this future energy here. Like I said, the Knight of Inspiration, which would be the Knight of Wands, and then the 3, clarifying the 3 of Wands, okay? And so you want to have fun, okay? I'm not going to sit up here and hold you. The Knight of Wands is usually the player, if you will, okay, of the Wands deck, okay? They don't really take things too seriously unless it involves their money, okay? As you can see, this horse is kind of like, barreling through the desert. You've got fireworks in the background, okay? And so, like I said, there's only 1 wand missing, okay? And from this 3 of Wands, starting a foundation or building a foundation for you know, whatever it could be. It could be a business, it could be a home, whatever the case may be. Only you know better than I do. Okay. But right now, I think you just want to have fun future wise, because this is in regards to your future energy. It's all about fun, okay? And maybe that's what's been missing, is that you not, like I said, not taking a break in between relationships, especially anything really heavy, in order to really find yourself again and know what it is that you truly want out of this lifetime, okay? And maybe it's to be on your own. You didn't go through these problems when you were by yourself. You were able to think and be who you wanted to be without answering to anybody. And that may be what it is at this point for you, okay? So let's get into what's clarifying the Justice card at the bottom of the deck. Is Three of Materials. Now, I did say Three of Pentacles earlier, Three of Coins, okay, is clarifying this Justice card, okay. Knight of Cups is underneath, okay, as far as emotions go, okay. Again, wanting to have fun, okay. Be mindful, please, Sagittarius, okay. Three of Materials here for the Justice card, okay. So again, rebuilding again, okay. In finances, you do see three women here, okay. Their heads kind of laying on top of each other, interlocking with all of these roses. As you can see, it's kind of building up or behind their heads, okay, with roses intertwined within there. Almost reminds me of hair, if you will, okay, like braided hair. In the regular Rider's Waite, you have three people working on these columns with three pentacles kind of embedded in the columns as they're working, okay. And again, as 3 and 3, this rebuilding situation, recentering yourself in a way of what it is that you truly want moving forward, okay. Finances might take a hit, okay, Sagittarius, with this Justice card, okay, and that may be something that you're worried about, is things taking a hit, all right, but you're quick to rebuild, okay, and it may be rebuilding your value, rebuilding your trust, things of that nature. It could be not so much financial, it could be of worth, okay, rebuilding who you are as a person and what it is that you truly want to gain from another individual, if it is about a relationship, okay. So let's get into the Heart's Oracle so we can kind of get into the final decision or messages, if you will. We'll pull from the book and get a message for you guys, Sagittarius, as we are at a little bit past 18 minutes into your reading. So it's a little bit of different energies going on with you guys, Sagittarius. Like I said, you're sharing your energy with other placements. Again, if you know your birth chart and are focusing on a particular placement that Sagittarius is in, they are sharing your energy, okay? So take what resonates. If this one isn't for you, then of course, if you know your birth chart, then possibly go and look at one of those readings in my playlist, and you can get a much better, well-rounded reading that way. Or you can watch the Dreamcatcher read. It could be the All My Love read. That is more your speed, but it does seem like it has to do with legalities for you guys within these next few readings. Okay, so let's see what's at the bottom of the deck for you guys, Sagittarius. We have Daydreams and Decisions. New energy alert, because this is the first time this card has came up. Okay, number 7, Daydreams and Decisions. Okay, this Justice card being here, okay, you have a lot to decide on, and you've possibly been daydreaming about a lot of things, okay. It could be in regards to decisions that need to be made, okay. This person is pretty much kind of in their own cloak, if you will. There's like this green belt on that's kind of like falling into the ground, but they're in the clouds. Like their cloak has clouds kind of built into it. Their hands kind of in a triangular shape, meditating, if you will. Okay, so your head is in the clouds, is what I am feeling the most here with looking at this card. But you are still rooted within reality. Okay, thus daydreams. Okay, that's how daydreams work. And so but you're daydreaming about decisions that you feel or are about to come up. Okay, so let's go into the book, and it is going to take you probably to have a lot of strength. This is on page 109, which, go figure, equals out to 10. Okay, and you're going to have to use a lot of your intuition and getting some clarity for yourself at some point in time, Sagittarius. If it's been a minute since you've meditated, if you are someone who is into metaphysical work, okay, it is about that time for you to meditate, clear your energy out. If you have crystals, it's time to clear them because your third eye could be a little bit calcified, okay, in the sense of being a little bit blinded. Could be because of recreational things that you're doing that is clouding your judgment, okay? So it's possibly time to take a break, do a little bit of a detox, and then attack things a little bit more clear minded, okay? So let's get into the book. You do have love up underneath the 7, which is 6, okay? Reevaluating possibly, like I said, your love life and who you want around you, and maybe within gaining another relationship, maybe starting off in a different way than what you did in previous relationships. Start learning from the past, okay? So, Daydreams and Decisions says fantasies, imagination, options, choose, okay? When this card appears, it often means that there's a certain amount of confusion and uncertainty regarding your love life. What is it that you really desire? What would you like to change or attract? You have many options in front of you if you will only see them. Do some daydreams about possible futures? Have fun. It's through your fantasies and imagination that you transform your desires into reality. Once you've sorted out your options and played around with the possibilities, it's time for action. While it's pleasant to daydream, staying in fantasy land is not wise. Take your time, but eventually decisions will have to be made in order for you to move forward. Reflect on your wishes, decide which feels right, and choose a course of action. You'll feel powerful for having made the decision and will be on your way to manifesting change, okay? So really get back into reality. It's okay to daydream every now and again and fantasize about what it is that you truly want. But in order for you to get to that, you have to maintain yourself in reality. Don't look at love as a business, okay? Look at it as what it really is, based on emotion and more sentiment, because maybe that's something that was missing from your relationships. Sagittarius do seem to be a little bit more fun-hearted sometimes, but you do have a tendency of giving a cold shoulder occasionally, especially if things aren't done in your way or how you perceived them to go, such as in your imagination, okay? And so you have to find a way to bring that into your relationships and work on that seriousness, that serious side of you, and kind of, lighten up a little bit, okay? But rebuild slowly but surely, okay? So we're into the power of surrender. We're going to look at the bottom of the deck for your message. Surrender procrastination, okay? Surrender procrastination. Now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success, okay? Which you're spending a lot of time doing this daydreaming. Green being the theme here, okay, between these two cards and the Hermit, Okay, work on that heart space, Sagittarius. Possibly maybe eating some foods associated with the heart space, green foods. Okay, a salad would be nice, some type of greenery. Also, you can take a look in my Etsy shop if you'd like, and check out the All Right oil, which is green adventurine and Genmachia tea, okay, to help you stay grounded and handle conflicts and also possibly help that heart space, okay. If you're trying to heal from pain in the past, then I would suggest Flourish for you, okay. Um, Also, a spiritual bath would probably be useful for you as far as the, I wouldn't suggest fall in love again, but awakening by the beach for your detoxing, okay, as there is helium chryseum in it, and which is a flower that actually promotes detoxification of the body. Make sure you hydrate beforehand and then take that bath, maybe sit in it for at least 30 minutes. And then come out, take or do a breathing exercise while you're in the bath, and just really inhale through the nose and breathe out through the mouth any negative thoughts and things that you actually would like to come to you. Okay, that awakening by the beach is really, really beautiful. Okay, so those are the things that I would suggest to you if you would like to check those out in my shop. But until then, I have one more reading for you guys, which will be out soon. So until then, peace, Sagittarius.